Aloha, this is Dr. Colgan, and you're listening to episode 2 of Online Wellness Pro. So, today's topic, what we're going to be discussing is the world of drugs, and how does that involve, or maybe not being involved with wellness. So, let's take a look at this. The standard of care in America today. All right. Now, this is what I mean by the standard of care is when you go see a medical doctor and they diagnose you, okay, with whatever condition that may be. Let's say it's for diabetes. Let's say if it's for some kind of thyroid dysfunction. Anything, all right? Well, the standard of care dictates, because they are a doctor of medicine, that more than likely, I would say almost 80% of the time, they need to prescribe medicine, otherwise known as drugs. So some people think that, well, do drugs really help me stay well? Well, let's ask you this. Why are you taking drugs? Okay? If you need to take drugs, or if you've been recommended to take drugs because your body is not adapting to the environment, plain and simple. So, why is my body not adapting? Is it because I'm not making enough aspirin? I'm not making enough metformin for my diabetes? I'm not making enough, levothyroxine for my hypothyroid issue or sluggish thyroid? No, because something is missing. Something is not working right in your body that is missing something essential to help bring it to that state of balance, or otherwise known as homeostasis, but bring it to a state of wellness, okay? So I've always been telling people this: if you're taking drugs for anything, there's something about you that is sick, or there's a lack of function somewhere, okay? Otherwise, you wouldn't be needing to take them. However, I should say, sometimes we need to take medication to help us get by for a certain thing that allows our body to catch up and be well down the road. Okay, there's many instances with that, especially with certain injuries. Athletes sometimes have to take some anti-inflammatories to lessen an inflammatory process so they can catch up and beat this thing, and then they get off the drugs, right? So don't get me wrong, drugs do play a place in this world. Unfortunately, with chronic diseases, drugs in this world have greatly failed. And I think you would all agree that, is this country getting healthier or sicker? I don't see any statistics that show heart disease, cancer, diabetes especially, is slowing down at all. Actually, I think it's accelerating, okay? And so when I talk to people about this, I ask them, I go, what do you want to do about this? What are you doing, especially if you're a diabetic, what are you going to do, or what do you plan on doing to reverse this diabetes? Do you just want to take drugs the rest of your life? Or do you really want to get yourself in a position where your body can get well, stay well, and you no longer have to depend on medication? That's the powerful question that a lot of patients don't know they can ask their doctor about. Well, this is why I bring it to them, so that way they understand what's going on. It looks like my light just turned off for a second here. But I wanted you to give you that idea that taking drugs is not a form of getting well. Taking drugs allows your body to get by in order for you to do something to improve over time, okay? So let's say, for example, if I am a diabetic, okay? And for some reason right now, there's a reason why I need to be on, or why I'm being prescribed medication. So metformin, all right? Well, I'm taking the metformin so I can get my glucose under control. That way it's not getting too high in my bloodstream, so it can be at a safe level. Well, that's great. But however, I want to not be dependent on that medication. So what do I need to do in order for me to have a powerful conversation with my doctor that would indicate to my doctor that, okay, you don't need this medication anymore. We're either going to reduce the dose or get you off it completely. That's when lifestyle has to kick in, okay? Because diabetes is, let's face it, it's self-inflicted. You created it. You don't catch diabetes, okay? You don't catch heart disease. You created it in your body. So if we created it, well, guess what? We could also help get rid of it, or reduce it, or reverse it. And the choice is yours on that. The choice is yours as to what is the best health professional to help guide you through that. What kind of information do you need? And also, who do you need to help coach you through this, to keep you on post or on track, right? Or on point, I should say, to get you to where you want to be, to get out it's one more target in your life that you want to take out, okay? And some of these health targets or health conditions that we're experiencing, well, what's the impact of being in a state of ill health versus not? What is it costing you now? Or what is it costing you between now, months, years down the road if you don't start taking action? Okay? And that's the overall big picture. Okay? So in this world today, with what's going on and how our time is at a premium, we don't have time to be sick. Okay? We really don't. We have time for other things in life, and that's what we want to make time for. But if we have to, keep dealing with this sickness or disease process, it really is taking up a lot of our space and time to doing some good and great things. So, being well is being in a state of optimal function, plain and simple, where your body is adapting to the environment and you're not showing any signs and symptoms, and you're just basically humming through life, happy and healthy. And that's the American dream, right? Being happy and healthy, disease-free, because your lifestyle is a reflection of the way your body is functioning. Okay? So, again, these podcasts are going to be kind of short. I just want to get the idea ahead here, but one thing you want to ask yourself is where in your world right now is there something missing for you that could make your health maybe 10% better, 20% better, maybe even 50% or higher, to a point of better function than what you are now. What is missing for you? What can make a difference? If you just implemented this one thing or maybe two things that could, basically build your health and get you on that road to being on less medication over time and having the life you want. Okay? Because let's face it, like I said, we can't afford to be sick, and it's costing us every day, month, year, the longer we stay sick. So that's all I have for you today. I hope it's something you got some value on today, and we look forward to our next. Look forward to our next podcast episode with you, coming right up. Mahalo, and remember, the body always wants to heal. Take care.